Hello there.
Wait a second,
This is
John.
our third game. This is our third game of 40k, and we're doing a Dawn of War setup and the Emperor's Will battle. We're doing Imperial Guard and Space Marines. Look, some nice looking land speeders over there, and the massive right flank of Marines. We'll go over the armies in a minute, and we're playing against my friends Bennett and Gandash of Chaos and Tyranids. Right, this is the table, if I can zoom out.
Right, so yeah, here we go then. This is the Imperial side. We've got a couple of Chimeras on the left flank here. One's got a command platoon squad in, and the other one has got a veteran squad in. We have a gun dread with two twin-linked autocannons. Nice big fat unit of Ogrins here, which will hopefully be able to countercharge anything that pops on mysteriously. We have a Imperial Guard tactical squad there. Two separate Typhoons, which will be whizzing around or blowing up one or the other. An Executioner, it's heavy with plasma. It'll be interesting to see how the new sort of meltdown rules work. A Demolisher, yeah, most probably. Demolisher, he should hopefully be able to lay some smack down, but with the terrain on the board, they're going to be on top of us before that happens. Inside the bunker, there's my captain. He's having a kip, not that you can see him. He's having a rest there, and inside with him, there's a 7-man Devastator squad, all with missile launchers. Another tactical squad of guard. They're being led by, not that you can see, Commissar Froud. He's more of a chef than a commissar. Yeah. But you know, he'll do the job. And there's a command HQ there, led by a douchebag. Another Lehman Russ. Nice field of fire down the one and only gap on the table. A Hellhound, lovely. A Vindicator, nothing special about that. Two Rhinos for the tactical squads, and a Ironclad, and that is the Imperial forces. Oh, not to forget the Aegis defence line. Well, hey, which the tanks are hiding behind, opposed to the fleshy guys that are meant to be. There you go.
They dime a dozen.
Right, here we have the Chaos and Nid sides. On our left flank, we've got a Chaos Space Marines holding an objective, painted in 1,000 Sun colours. And then in the sort of centre we've got some Gaunts, Dreadnought, 2 units of Obliterators, hopefully going to lay down some fire. We've got nothing in the bunker, funny enough, don't know why, but then on the second objective we've got some Chaos Cultists, and on our right flank we've got some more Obliterators, a Hive Guard and a Hive Tyrant. Majority of the other stuff is in reserve. We've got a Trigon, some Raveners, some Gene Stealers, and some Tyranid Warriors using the Hive Commander rule, outflank. Quite a bit of terrain, so hopefully we can move around and get in the lines before we get too nuked by the big templates. Yeah, see how it goes.
So this is basically the end of the bad guys turn 1. We've moved up some stuff. The Obliterators moved to the left. The Hormigants bounded forward. The Dreadnought popped into cover. The other Obliterators moved to get clean shots at stuff. And that unit there just cowered like a bunch of girls. The net effect of this was abysmal. All we managed to do was stun the Dreadnought there, so he couldn't move or shoot, and knock a hull point off. Everything else missed.
So, all misses there, missed there, and a couple of misses done, yeah.
So yeah, basically it was a great turn, and we're looking forward to facing the enemy firepower.
Alright, this was Imperial Guard turn 1. Not that great, but we managed to put 2 wounds on the Hive Tyrant here. We killed 15 out of the 30-man Gaunt unit over there, so they're not too bad. And out of all the firing, we managed to kill 1 Obliterator over there. Everything else is untouched and unwounded, so this is on Chaos turn 2. Bollocks!
Okay, evil turn 2, I suppose, if you want to call us evil. Tyranids.
Is the climate chicken?
with the things flashing. Yeah, it's ticking. Basically, the Raveners deep striked in next to the Chimeras. Probably going to get shot down. Gaunt's advanced up a little bit, spread out a bit more this time, so don't take home, hopefully, so many casualties.
There was a land speeder here that disappeared.
There's a land speeder that's been killed. The Tyrant Guard, sorry not Tyrant Guard, Hive Guard has managed to knock off 2 hull points on the Chimera with a platoon command squad in. The Hive Tyrants managed to flank around a bit, didn't get into combat though because it rolled a 6 rather than a 7 that it needed. The Dreadnoughts moved up slightly, taking position to fire down on the land speeders. You didn't fire them, did you?
The shit has hit the
No,
fan.
I forgot to fire.
The obliterators haven't been fired yet, so we'll tell you what happens with that in a minute.
Let's do that.
Let's see what happens. Live action dice rolling.
2 Multi Melters.
2 Multi Melters into the Demolisher.
In range.
1 hit.
1 hits, so
Can that even penetrate?
14, 6 plants.
Nope.
no, fails to do anything. Okay, so nothing happened really over there. This lone obliterator managed to nuke the Rhino that the tactical squad number 3 was in, and the Chaos Space Marines that were behind the barricades have made it over and got into combat and took out the the tactical squad commander in a challenge with Horan Blackheart and 4 other Marines. The Vindicator was nuked by some melter guns as from outflanking Chaos Space Marines with Marker Nurgle. The Warriors have knocked 2 hull points off the Ironclad Dreadnought.
The Hellhound's immobilised as well.
The Trigon Prime has knocked off 2 hull points on the Hellhound, and it can't shoot next turn. And I think that summarises this turn. Oh, sorry, the Gene Stealers managed to walk on. So basically, summarise, all of the Tyranids came on from reserve. 1 squad of Chaos Space Marines with Nurgle managed to come on, and 1 still in reserve.
And the shit has hit the fan.
And as they say, the shit has hit the fan.
Recording! So, beginning of turn 2, unbelievably,
Yeah.
for the Imperial Guard and Marine combo.
That fucker there.
A few things moved around a little bit. I'll show you that in a moment. First Chimera did really well.
The immobilised Chimera.
The immobilised Chimera. Put a lot of firepower into the Hive Tyrant and finally took him down, mainly due to heavy bolters and multi-lasers, which is really good. The second Chimera didn't do a lot. I think it fired a few. Oh, that's right. There was a unit
6
of
or
Raveners
7, 8
here.
Raveners, yeah.
There was a unit of Raveners which got mowed down. Combined fire from the second Chimera. The Dreadnought took 1 out.
And the Ogrins.
The Ogrins took another couple out and then charged into the last remaining one, killing that. Land Speeder had a couple of shots at the Dreadnought over the back there. Didn't do anything. No, took a whole point off. This Imperial Guard squad didn't really do a lot.
Even with a lot of shooting,
Executioner
do
fired a
much.
few
There's
shots
not much I can do
into
about
the
that.
gods.
Killed 2.
Killed 2
Even if I hit
gods.
50%
It's a
chance.
waste of points.
I don't have to
Demolished Cannon fired
Killed
his
the
shell
obliterator.
into there. You can hear the dying screams of the Tyranids. It's amazing. It's themed. And a horse.
Warhorse.
What else have we got? He's still having a kit, but his boys in there, the Devastators, took out the 2 melter
Get
guns
that into the
from
command squad.
a unit of Space Marines that was over there. This squad fired a rocket underneath,
You have
but
to
didn't
worry
do
about
anything.
crack missile.
Quad gun didn't do a lot.
But if you do it right, you get
Ordnance.
combat, hold 'em up.
Didn't do a lot.
No, saying that, the Ordnance took a wound off of the
The
Trigon,
Trigon at the moment.
and the second wound come from the battle cannon from here, which scattered back a little bit. Bit of a shame. But not a lot else. That's obviously still, it's not mobilised, it's shaken at the moment. My Dreadnought was successful.
It's on a
My
attack
Marine
back.
squad, knowing that they were in a bit of trouble, reversed up the Rhino. They jumped out onto the top here and rapid fire down into the Marine squad that was there.
Just pivoted.
I think they maybe killed 1. That was about it. Dreadnought charged in. Didn't do anything with its firepower. I think it maybe killed 1 with a heavy flamer. And took the rest out in combat. And he consolidated there, so his back's up against the wall. But with 1 whole point,
Custer's last stand.
but with 1 whole point, it's looking a bit grim.
And I would like to point out, it's 1 point each, or
This is
Bollock
true.
Siege.
We have their one for
A
first
pair of
blood.
bollocks.
And
Yeah,
ours, yeah, pair. And ours for killing the Hive Tyrant. So that's the end of turn 2.
Okay, so this is end of bad guys turn 3. As you can see, we're now more or less on the good guys deployment area.
It's just too lazy to come across the side.
The Marines are outflanked and only managed to kill a Ogryn. They did quite badly, as did actually most of our shooting.
Put a wound on this.
Yep, we did hull point on the skimmer, which we were hoping to destroy, which would have meant that the dreadnought over there would probably be in a safer position than it is now. The Gaunts came in with 22 attacks and 20 wounds, killed the entire guard unit there. Oh, sorry, 40 attacks.
Subject to rage.
Who were subject to rage apparently. Still the unmovable iron wall there, and oh look, something's come and been munching on command squads, and we've just destroyed that Lehman Russ.
You've taken this objective, by the way, with this Gaunts.
Oh yeah, turns out we've captured this objective, which I can't remember what, gives them Skyfire. So the Gaunts will be shooting at any flies that come on. The remnants of the second Reviler squad is fleeing from Horan and his buddies, who the Heavy Flamer proceeded to do 8 wounds.
The Hellhound's immobilised now.
Hellhound immobilised after some abysmal shooting from the Obliterators. He's still cowering like a big girl, and
John's commander is still having to sleep in the bunker.
And the Steelers are trying to work their way up, but possibly by the time they get to join in the fun, the game will be over. Oh yeah, and we're still holding that objective with the unit of cultists, who I don't expect to survive the entire game, but they might. It turns out Horan does both.
Imperial Guard turn 3, I think it was, or 4.
Yeah, turn 3.
And I think I can hear the fat lady singing. This Marine squad, there was 10 of them, they're now down to 4 from shooting. The Ogryns that were there charged in. After 22 attacks, I got nothing. And they caused 3 wounds. The Ogryns ran away and got cut down. We managed to kill a Gaunt from that squad. That's right, a Gaunt, watch out. And we managed to blow up the Dreadnought. He only had 1 hull point left anyway, so it's no big hurrah there. Back down here, all this crap here fired onto this Trigon, and we caused a wound. That's right, a wound. And some help from there onto them, plus the Inferno Cannon, managed to cause a wound on them. The Dreadnought, or what was it, Ironclad?
Ironclad,
Yeah, ran into there and Huron spanked him.
I did kill a few from shooting.
That's right.
But not enough.
You clutched those straws.
It's one. Stormbolter from the Rhino underneath. Into the Trigon.
Got it.
1. Strength 4.
Nothing.
Wound. That
So-
was a game winner there.
The situation as such is they've got an objective over here. They've got one over there. We've got no hope of getting that one there, and we're about to lose this one here. So yeah, and they've got 2 points to 1 as it is already through normal objectives. So we're not in good shape.
Right, this is the end of the evil. I'm not going to say bad
That's
guys.
turn 4.
Turn 4. The cultists have sat there all game doing nothing.
Hey, that fat lady's getting singing louder
The,
and louder.
The Obliterators did nothing again. They fired assault cannons, missed, and didn't really do anything on the Dreadnought. The Hive Guards lurked there again. The Chimera, where the Gaunts are now, has been blown up by the melt guns from the Chaos Marines, and the Gaunts and the Chaos Marines jumped them and took them
Killed
off.
the veterans.
Killed the veterans. The Trigon has eaten the Devastator squad. The Warriors shot and the Cadians that were there with the Commissar, and they run off the board. Gene Steelers have advanced up the flank, which pretty much they've done nothing for the rest of the game.
Hell has been blown up as well.
Hellhound lost its last whole point to the Obliterator, and Horan's fallen back to claim his objective after doing his deed. And it's looking pretty grim at the moment, so
We fear the enemy!
the Valkyrie could be a good option at the moment for whoever's left.
I'm thinking the plan is let's get the hell out of
We'll
here.
never make it.
Let's see what turn 4 brings for the alliance of the good guys, I suppose.
Okay, Imperial turn 4. starting on the left flank.
Which is what we're trying to recoup.
Well, yeah. The remaining command squad fired out into the Chaos Space Marines, killing 2 of their number?
One.
1 of their number. Oh, yeah,
And
there's
Nurgle
still 3
Marines,
left.
remember, they're really top as 5.
I thought they'd do a little bit more, but they didn't. The Dreadnought, in his ultimate wisdom, centuries of warfare, turned around to fire at the Gaunts, in the hopes that some would survive. He would then charge. He failed his charge, but did kill 4 Gaunts. That's not bad. This is epic. The Typhoon fired at the Trigon thing, which was here. It's not there anymore. Do you know why? Do you know why? It's not because of that tank. It's not because of that tank. It's not even because of that. It's because of this man here, who's not in focus. There he is. That dude there. His bolt gun. He's a commander. He shot him. He wounded him. And he failed to save. Now he dead. And I feel like we won the game.
Do the Arnie voice.
That's the game of what? If it bleeds, we can kill it. Anyways, but he's neglected in his triumph to realise this.
They
Here.
did lose 3 this turn.
They did lose 3 from the Demolisher and a couple of rounds from the remaining
And we put a
half
wound on
attack
this
of the squad on
Obliterator.
there. 1 wound on the Obliterator from the Executioner. It's a shame only, 2 of them scattered wildly off. Would have been nice to have killed that. There's some more nids. I'm very worried. But we've got at least 3 models left on the board, so I think we're in with a good chance. Yeah, we'll see.
Seven.
Shadow Gene Stealers.
7 wounds on your character, John.
7 drop saves.
It's just a normal power armor one.
Okay, so Chaos turn 5, as you can see, the remaining Hormagaunts are fleeing due to a blowing up
Crashing land speeder.
land speeder that was there, which killed one, and they failed their test and then ran away. However, beforehand we have killed the last Chimera and caused the guys to bundle out. The Daka Dread is dead, thanks to a power fist to the face. Annoyingly, they're still alive, and we're struggling to kill them. The Captain, Space Wolf Lord, whatever he is surrounded by Tyranid Warriors, down to 1 wound. Over here, the previous video showed you the battle that happened. The Broodlord failed to kill Mr. Powerfist, who
Put 2 wounds on him.
Yep, vindicated himself. Unfortunately, his buddies, as you can see, are dead. But then that was a tide of death. Over here we've got Horan having run back to claim that objective for us. Underneath the landing pad, you can't see, there's a Rhino immobilised with an Obliterator next to it, which will destroy it if there's another turn. And these guys are going, oh my god, what the hell's going on? Why are we here? Why are we guarding an empty box? Oh yeah, they killed the Landspeeder, finally.
So here we have it, the end of Imperial turn 5. I have the Spielergarnold because this was a truly epic turn. Let me tell you these things. Nothing really happened over here. It doesn't really matter. The 2 Chaos Marines, they died, but to hell with it. That's not important.
One Obliterator.
Over here.
I want my stuff done.
That hole in the ground there, it's an Obliterator. He got obliterated. Over here, the Gene Stealers. The cowards, they kill him, man. Let me tell you why. Because this sergeant here, he killed the Broodlord with his finger. There, poked him in the eye. Now he's dead. But this is it. The Captain Arnold Schwarzenegger. He killed 3 of the Tyranid warriors just with his bare head. His bare head. I say his bare head because he's not wearing a helmet.
Not because he's stolen a head from a bear.
He's super hard and he's only on the 1 wound, but
he's going to survive.
All he has to say is if they bleed, we can
We're
kill
going to see
it.
if the game continues. A 5, does it continue on a 5?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does. There's another turn.
Right, so the game continues.
Which let's
But
face it.
we're going to call it quits here because they have absolutely massacred us. But we're just, for the hell of it, the captain and the last Tyranid warrior are going to duke it out. So come on, boys, roll it and see what happens.
Nid strikes first.
Nid.
Warriors.
Oh, missed. He's got Simon Talons.
So that's
Two.
2
One
hit.
hit.
Oh no, 1 hit.
Still 1 hit.
Yeah,
Force.
Sweet. And forced to wound. He wounds. Oh yeah!
Yeah, he
Save.
saved it.
Artificer armor. Attacks back. Eat this. What's your weapon skill again? 5. 2 hits. Kaboom!
Captain Schwarzenegger wins the day.
Yeah!
So basically, we've lost this game heavily as the
You have. I didn't.
the Cats have got 3 points over there. 3 points over there. That's 6. They got 1 for Slay the Warlord, which
These
is
guys are
mine.
dancing.
First blood.
First blood, so that puts it up to 8.
Technically, we've got line breaker, I think, haven't we? If we didn't
No.
have that.
No.
No, well, we don't have line break
Well,
either.
they would have rallied and come in.
If we'd had,
Do they rally?
Yes, the leadership 10.
Yeah,
so
so the
Jinxers
Jinxers would
rally.
have got the line breaker.
So yeah, I think we got massacred here, something like 9 or 10 points to 1. But it was an epic fight between this last victory point on the Bastion of Hope. Just a minute. And I think there's 2 guardsmen left there, and these 2 tanks here. But
That's it.
should we
What
do
did you-
it
what
as survivors?
yeah, what did you guys think of the game?
Don't look at me! I'm shy!
That was quite an interesting game.
I think I thought we were in it for a good while, but then
At least until the end of turn 1.
yeah, as soon as the reserves turned up, I was like, holy crap.
I've got to admit, turn 1, I looked at that wall of iron and went, how are we going to get through when they've got a 4's up cover save for bloody Aegis defence line? It's meant to protect infantry!
Because up over there.
Shush
a minute,
buddy.
But-
Yeah, from my point of view, we knew that half of their force was coming on flanking, and we still put a lot of our forces into the
The
flanks.
centre. Yeah.
We should have perhaps centralised our forces, spread out, advanced into the centre if possible, and then fought the 2 sides. Maybe I don't know if that would have worked.
What was quite interesting is you had all your whole column on the right here, and I thought, man, that we were overkilling on that right because they had that 1 chaos squad there, and I was like, if we wipe that out, we got that squad and that
Well, that's what I
objective
was
in the
hoping
bag.
for. That's what I was.
Then all of a sudden, shitloads of stuff turned up. We had a Trigon, loads of warriors, which died to Oni,
Oh yeah.
and then obviously the Gene Stealers arrived, and I think there was 2 squads of Marines down here as well.
One squad.
Yeah,
One squad wrong, and 1 squad turned up from the reserve.
So
Did a lot of damage.
all I could say about that is,
Not that it focuses.
no, you can't see it, but it says bollocks. And ironically, this side as well. I thought I had this flank here when I charged in my Ogrins. I thought I'll wipe out those Chaos Marines, and then we can try and consolidate up towards your objective. But I just span at all my attacks, and those Chaos Marines obliterated them.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you failed the leadership test, we cut you down, and...
annoyingly, there's still 1 left.
Yep!
But no, I thought it was a good game. I thought it was a good laugh.
That was good.
And it had a really cool ending as well with freaking Captain Marbo over there obliterating the Tyranid swarm on his own. Why did we bother with the rest of the shit? We should just send him over.
He was too busy having a kip.
Anyway.
Got into the fight earlier.
Thanks for the game, guys. I look forward to the next one.
Thanks.
Indeed.
Thanks for watching.